have Tamaya Rodriguez. She is the founder and CEO of Electric Wine Dance and Dance Workout.
Thank you. I gotta start with a little dance move because, when you grow in age, you really realize that, wow, like I'm healthy and that's a blessing, right? I rebranded, I kind of like reviewed my purpose and I was like, is what I'm doing what I really want to do?
We empower, equip, and encourage women to own their voices. This Women's Interest Show is actually a love letter to women. So on this show, we bring informative topics, entertaining news, also information to get you going in your personal life and your business life. And this episode is no different. We are actually on site live at Shaping Her Story Wine Reception here at English Brown Winery. I think you can hear the audience in the background too. All right, so this special episode is brought to us by so many amazing partners and sponsors. We have English Brown Winery, we have Get Bossy Mag, and we also have Excitement Radio. But we couldn't let Women's Month go by without doing what we do, and that is empowering, equipping, and encouraging women to own their voices. So for those of you who are new to Women in Media Global and what we have going on, we have been in the community for the past 9 years, empowering women in business, in media, and entertainment. The vision for this show came, not even the show, y'all. We started out as a conference, a half-day conference in Philadelphia at Temple University. And it was a moment in time where I had graduated from Spelman College, moved back home to Philadelphia, and went to a film screening about Philadelphia's art scene. What they didn't know is your girl graduated from Spelman College with a degree in dance and drama. So I'm an artist, I'm on a scene. I said, let me go support some other creatives. I was taken back because there was only one woman represented in that film for art. And I sat and said, this is not a true depiction of my city. I'm from Philly, and there's amazing artists that come out of this city, but why weren't they on the film? Why weren't they featured? Where were their voices? Where were the representation of women? So it sat, I just left. I was not happy. I didn't congratulate nobody. I was like, this is something. And I called my best friend, Kendra James, on the phone, and we just went in about it. And I said, we gotta do something. We have to do something to remind women to own their voices. Because a couple of things could have happened in that situation. Either there was a woman there who wasn't heard, there was a woman there who didn't speak up, and the whole operation was probably male-driven. And that is where Women in Media came from. It started out as us doing gatherings like this, getting stories of women, trying to figure out what is happening in the industry. And what we found was those moments when we were simmering up to the Me Too movement. Who remembers the Me Too movement? Right? That stuff is still relevant. So people ask, are women's issues, are women's platforms, is women empowerment still relevant? Yes. The answer is yes. So now, fast forward, we're here all the way in South Florida. So thank you for being a part of this moment in history. This is one of our first events here after 9 years, and we're excited about honoring special women who are doing just that, empowering people, equipping women, encouraging women. So we're gonna shift gears now because my guest is here and she is beautiful. Give it up for Tamaya. We have Tamaya Rodriguez. She is the founder and CEO of Electric Wine Dance and Dance Workout. She is originally from France, but now based in Miami. Tamaya has built a powerful community of women over the past 5 years. Passionate about her craft, she coaches women to cultivate their self-confidence and to find their authentic self through dance and wellness routines. As a wellness and confidence coach, she has helped over 200 plus women transform their lives. You can follow Tamaya on Instagram at RiseWTamaya. Let's welcome Tamaya to the show.
Thank you. I gotta start with a little dance move because, I'm super nervous, just saying, I know, right?
So
In French, we choose in the eyes. The truth is, we say 7 years of bad luck, but the truth is because it's 7 years of bad sex. So you gotta choose in the eyes.
Y'all cheers too. So, I want to kick things off with gratitude, right? I just said, thank you, God, for this Sunday. But I want Tamaya to tell us 3 things she's grateful for right now.
Wow. First, thank you also for having me here. I'm super excited. 3 things I'm grateful for: opportunities like this, honestly, to really being able to connect with women who have a purpose. There's full of purpose in this room. Grateful for health. I think that this is like top priorities, right? I feel like when you grow in age, you really realize that, wow, like I'm healthy and that's a blessing, right? And then, I don't know if this is corny, but this is like something I'm really, really grateful for, and it's the power to be able to create your own reality every single day, right? It's like every day you have, everybody has that, right? You have the choice to wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I have to do this, or hey, I get to do this, or this is what I need to do right now, but I can also change my reality by changing one habit every single day, one step at a time. So those are my 3 things.
Thank you. I'm feeling that. Health is wealth. I feel really healthy and really
Right.
happy. And Florida looks really good on me. I'm glad I came. Like, hair happy as all. Bouncing and growing. Okay, so when we reached out to you, right, to request for you to be an honoree, to be here with us at Shaping Her Story, what was like those first reactions and initial thoughts, and why did you say yes?
All transparency.
All of it.
All right. So first thing first, I was like, okay, I need to go back into networking. I've been like, 2022 was a year for me where I rebranded. I kind of like reviewed my purpose, and I was like, is what I'm doing what I really want to do, right? So I really took time to do that. And so when I decided earlier this year, 2023, I was like, I gotta go back to networking. Then I got this event. You texted me, hey, I emailed you Tamaya. I was like, oh yeah, cool. Send me your bio. I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, oh, maybe it's like a networking event with everybody is gonna know who is there, right? I didn't know it was a podcast at first, And then when I realized, I was like, oh, I signed up for a podcast. Well, you know what? Committed to my commitment. Let's do it, But I feel very honored. I feel touched. And, again, all transparency. And I want to be very transparent today. I also felt like, thank you for validating my purpose to a degree, I'm going to try not to cry today. I feel, thank you. So that's how I really felt. I was like, it's crazy how you do things sometimes, right? Where you do it so naturally, but then when people see it with their eyes, it just validates what you do, and so very grateful.
So I want to say what you mentioned about validating what you do and your purpose. I think that's important, and that's one of the reasons why we do things like this. It's important that we see each other and that we support each other in whatever way that you can do that. You do that for another woman. I've gotten to know you like over the last 3 years. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that we were able to connect through another sister in the room, and you inspire me. Each time I meet up with you, I learn something new about you, and I'm like, we're kindred spirits, like our experiences and what we want and the things that we do. But I know that you've been through a lot of things and you've like persevered through things. So tell us a little bit more about like your story and like how you continue to fight and move forward and then help 200 plus other women do the same thing.
When I moved from France, I moved here, to be honest, out of some kind of ego, right? But I also had my purpose calling. Like I knew, like I'm from Strasbourg, which is like a small city in France. And I was like, oh, I want to move to the US. I just feel connected to people there because I lived here 1 year. And my dad was like, you dream too much. I was like, what? And I was shocked to hear that from him because I was like, I feel like out of everybody supporting me, it should be you, So, and I felt away and I was like, okay, well, then watch me. Then I just did it. I did it with a little bit of money that I had. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I will figure it out and I'm not going to ask for help. So it was very like my ego at first and, I found my ways and eventually so the way that I started with Electric Wine is I was going to dance classes because I was teaching dance back in France and I couldn't find community or I couldn't find that, connection with other women in classes because they were pursuing, obviously, professional dancing at the time. I was not pursuing that. So I was like, like this is not really how I see dance. Let me just create my own thing. Your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So I really lived by that. And so that's how I started teaching on the beach and all that. And the thing is like became a community, became a sisterhood, became a business after being a passion. compassion. And so now realizing, right, this is also me reflecting, I realized that a lot of the things I've pursued is, yes, my calling, yes, my purpose, but it was also because I didn't feel, I think I'm saying that right, enabled by my dad at the time to pursue what I really wanted to do in my life. And so I was like, wow, it's crazy how if you have an environment that doesn't support you, where are you going to find that support? Because you need, just like you said, or like we said earlier, we need people who see that value in you. Even if, you know, we hear this on all over Instagram, like just do you and entrepreneurship is lonely or whatever, but it doesn't have to be, you know. Sometimes it's just being in the right environment, putting yourself in the right environment to be seen, to be heard. And sometimes it just takes one person. And so I built my business around that, where it was like, I want to be that person who has the opportunity to change a woman's algorithm. Meaning that if you don't believe in yourself, if you have self-esteem issues, if you have self-respect issues, doesn't matter, then I would love to be that person that you get to meet and you feel like a bad bitch. You know, it's like, I can do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm capable. All I see is bad bitches here.
I love that. Okay, so for our final question for you, Tamaya, we have a segment on the show that we always do called Wise Words Learned from Women. So tell us about some piece of advice from a wise woman, and who was she?
I think both my mom and my stepmom, being like younger, they taught me compassion. And then again, this is me reflecting back as an adult and just be like, wow, like I developed compassion because these two women in my life has taught me compassion. Like every time I was coming home and judging my friends or whatever, and be like, oh my gosh, she's such a... You don't know what they're going through. Don't judge, don't say that. You don't know what they're going through. And so it's like, wow, like I always have to be the bigger person. So I think they really taught me compassion. And I think that's a beautiful quality to have as a woman. You know, we're capable of so much compassion and so much empathy for people.
Thanks for that reminder from your mom and your stepmom about compassion. I lied. I have no more questions, and I'm going to end. So if you are sitting in a room, you're live on excitementradio.com, you have a captivated audience. Tell us what Electric Wine and Dance, tell us what you need, what support you need from the community so that we can, you know, rally around Tamaya and give her what she needs.
So Electric Wine, first of all, is dance and dance workout classes that aims to help women to feel sexy and confident. So you have to see it beyond the dance class. So I coach through the dance class. Whatever you learn in class, you can apply to your life, right? So it's like the ability to be vulnerable, the ability to not care about being judged or not, right? Because when you dance, you're kind of like put in the middle of a room with people. You can't make your moves or like dance or perform a choreography. It doesn't matter if it's perfect, by the way, because perfection doesn't exist. You have your own perfect. All I'm doing is teaching you the blueprint, and then you do you as your own sauce, right? So that's why I teach, and whatever you learn at that moment is how you apply it to life, in your career, in your relationships, or whatever the case may be. It's really the ability to be yourself, your authentic self, your true self. And so support-wise, come through, come to class, come shake your booty, come have a good time. And if it's not for you, maybe it's for somebody that you know. Thank you.
It's a great class. I came to the class and I had a good time. And then
if you go on my page, you're going to see her.
I booked her for a private birthday party and we turned up. Do that too, you know? So, in closing, give everybody your website, your social handles, however you want us to follow you.
So right now I'm using Instagram mostly, so Rise with Tamaya, Rise W Tamaya, and Electric Wine. So anything from wellness and dance, fitness. My approach to health and wellness is more so on the mental, psychological side, where it's like finding a routine that works for you so that you can learn to put yourself first and then change your life. Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tamaya, and congratulations on being our 2023 honoree for shaping her story.